Hey, my name is Micaiah. I'm on the Engage 2020 team here at Charlotte-Mecklenburg Library. Engage 2020 is an effort to encourage civic and social engagement. Our team and our initiative is sponsored by the Digital Public Library of America and Pivotal Ventures and Melinda Gates Company. We are celebrating the 19th Amendment this month. It has been 100 years since the first group of women got the right to vote, and we couldn't be more ecstatic here at the library. We're hoping that you will celebrate with us. Now, we usually say the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote. However, in 1920 and subsequent elections, it was really only white women who were able to vote. It really wasn't until the mid-60s that Black women and other minority groups were able to get to the polls safely without being subjected to Jim Crow laws and other forms of intimidation. It is our goal to help foster a more comprehensive understanding of the complexities within women's suffrage here in America, and we have purchased a lot of books for you to check out. You can visit us at cmlibrary.org to browse those. Feel free to search by women's suffrage or women's rights and check those out. If you're interested in Engage 2020, you can find us at cmlibrary.org/Engage2020. Now, I've got 3 books I'd like to share with you about women's suffrage. The first one is by Glenda Elizabeth Gilmore. It's called Gender and Jim Crow: Women and the Politics of White Supremacy in North Carolina, 1896 to 1920. In this book, Gilmore looks at white supremacy, racism, gender-based discrimination through the eyes of Black women who are educated and politically active from the time that Black men were disenfranchised in the early 1900s to the time that mostly white women got the right to vote in 1920. Gilmore argues that that landscape helped push Black women into politics by helping them create political strategies, help them form the basis of what we might call Black feminism, and help them create ties across racial lines in order to create better communities for Black people here in North Carolina and throughout the country. The second book I'd like to recommend is No Place for a Woman: The Struggle for Suffrage in the Wild West by Chris Enns. Now, I don't know if you know, but women in the United States were voting way before the 1920 Amendment. Women in the West were the first to do so. States like Wyoming and Utah were the first to grant full suffrage. This book talks about why those states granted women full suffrage. There's a great map in the front that shows when the states granted suffrage and a great list of key events that happened throughout the country and in the West. Montana, fun fact, in 1916 voted Jeanette Rankin to represent them as the first woman in the U.S. House of Representatives. So that happened before the 19th Amendment was passed in 1920. The last book I'd like to recommend is called The Woman's Hour: The Great Fight to Win the Vote by Elaine Weiss. Elaine Weiss does a really cool job of looking at sexism, racism, and power through the eyes of suffragists, anti-suffragists in 1920. This book looks at the 6-week period in which suffragists flood Tennessee in hopes that Tennessee will become the 36th state to ratify the 19th Amendment. It is a nonfiction book, but it reads like fiction, so I think a lot of the book clubs will enjoy this one. There are 2 sets of photos, there's an interview with the author, and some great discussion questions. Now again, if you are interested in women's suffrage, women's history, please visit our catalog at cmlibrary.org. I hope you guys have a great day.